Welcome all you Virgos to your weekly energy update, and we're looking at the week of May 22nd to May 29th. However, these are also timeless, of course, so if you're coming across this reading outside of that time frame, I would still trust your intuition and watch the video because I'm sure there are messages for you. If you are watching this during that week, I want to let you know that the June monthlies for each zodiac sign are coming out this week. So if you don't want to miss out on those, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button and click on that little notification bell, you'll be notified as soon as they're available. But for this week, we're going to go into an adventure into the wild unknown, because we're going to be looking at the wild unknown archetype cards, the wild unknown animal spirit, and the tarot to see what energies the creator wants you to know about this week. So we'll start off with the archetype cards here and just see what overall energy creator and spirit want you to know about. One more time here. All right, so all you Virgos, what would you like them to know, please? Okay, this is the one right here. And you have the the desert. Dun dun dun. So I love this. I almost was going to say the dessert. I must be hungry. So let's take a look here and see what energy comes in here for you. And almost opened right up to it. So you got the desert energy here is about the drought, the wasteland, the badlands. This says the desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. So the desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights and blindingly bright, and its dark, terrifying deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and the sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. So, yeah, I love that. I mean, I've lived in a variety of different places, and I've lived in mountainous places, very foresty places, and desert places too. And they all have their beauty. They all have their purpose. So for you, this is like, it might feel like you're misdirected or you don't have direction, like you've been abandoned and you feel like you're going around in the desert, which reminds me of in the Christian Bible too. It talks about when Moses, when they came out of Egypt, they went around 40 years in the desert because it took 40 years to get Egypt out of the Israelites, right? So they were in captivity and slavery and were influenced by all of their traditions and their ways and being a slave. And, so they were feeling trapped and constricted and abused and all of that. It took them, they were in all that for that time. And when they came out of Egypt, that's why they kind of went in circles in the desert to get all those things out of them before they went into their promised land. And so that's what I kind of feel with this desert too, is this period of time for reflection, this time of being alone sometimes. But definitely it's like this hermit feel of taking time to yourself to do this reflection, to see what are those things that you don't want to take with you into that next place. We're also going to pull from these animal spirit cards here for the wild unknown and just see what spirit animal energy is going to be accompanying you this week through the desert. And here we go. So for our Virgos, what animal energy? Okay, this one right here. And you have the otter. And the otter is not really going to be in the desert, right? Unless there's a desert zoo with plenty of water for him. But let's see what energy the otter brings in for you. There we go. So the otter is unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and a reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt and worry or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. So when in balance with this energy, you're full of love. You need nothing. When you're out of balance with this energy, then you're gloomy, you sigh, you make silly excuses. And it says to bring this energy into balance, have a celebration or a dance party, right? So it really is this playfulness, which is great because when we're going through the desert experience, we can get, I don't want to say resentful, but it's like you get downtrodden, you get like, oh, why am I out here in the desert? And you can go opposite of joy. And so this otter energy is coming in to say, you can choose to make this a joyful experience, or you can be drugged through the desert and you can have those pictures like in the movies where people get stuck out in the desert and they get all sunburnt and their lips are all chapped and they're almost dead and they're dying. But it's like this otter is full of water energy. It's full of this flowing of joyful emotion. So this could be the oasis in the middle of your desert here. We're also going to pull from the Wild Unknown Tarot. Just see what messages that the Creator and Spirit have for you. One more time. All right, so what else for our Virgos here? Okay, they do want these two. They do want these two for over here. Okay. And then with these being from the Creator and from Spirit, we're also going to pull from the Black Tarot, which these represent the messages from your shadow. And your shadow is a part of you. It's not something that is evil. It's basically our tour guide on this human experience. And it's like a tour guide like at Disney World or Universal Studios. They understand what's going on behind the scenes and beneath the surface. So these are messages from your shadow, just what additional information they want to give you about this desert experience. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, that one too. This one here. This one goes right here. And what else? Okay, that one's for right there. And we will start with this one right here, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is a great card. I mean, Pentacles is about your outside world and your outside experiences, and it's like your journey of your worth and your feeling of your wholeness and your completeness in relation to the outside world. And the Ten of Pentacles is about completion. It's about feeling whole and complete, but it's also about endings and new beginnings in the outside world. So there is this fulfillment that's going to be coming in with this experience in the desert, and you get to find your true worth through it all. And I kind of have this, I don't know the exact phrase, I just have this feeling. It's like when the going gets tough, the tough get going. It's like going through this experience, you get to see your oomph. You get to see how strong you really are, and that you're not as weak as you've been taught to believe in your life, that you're so much stronger than you have been taught. Let's see what else they have here for you too. Yep, you have the Nine of Cups. The cups are your emotions, and the Nine of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. And the nines remind me of course, for Virgo, in the major arcana, the Hermit card is the number 9. So all the nines are about finding whatever the card is about from within. And so this emotional fulfillment you do find from within yourself by connecting to that love that you find within. So I like this the outside, you're feeling fulfilled by it, but I really feel it's because you're finding this emotional fulfillment from inside, because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So when you're feeling like this desert within yourself, that's what you're going to see on the outside. And so with this change, with finding these waters, here again on the opposite side here, the otter, all this water energy, this emotional energy, you feel this abundance from within. It's like you find this hidden water well within the desert, right? It's not seen by anyone else, but when you go to it and you find it, it's the source of this emotional fulfillment for you. Then you have 2 cards for this side. Yeah, well, there you go. You have the Mother of Cups, which would be the Queen of Cups, and she wields here the Ace of Cups. Let's see what this other one is too here. Yeah, and you have the 3 of Pentacles here. So we'll deal with each of these separate. You have the Queen of Cups, of course, or the Mother of Cups, how they call it in this deck. She is not only carrying the water energy because she's the cup suit, but all of the queens in the minor arcanas also carry water energy. So there's double water, which is great to have when you're in the desert, right? But this Ace of Cups that she carries is the Holy Grail. It is the water that satisfies our thirst, because within that Holy Grail, within that chalice, is the unconditional love of the creator of all things. And that's that deep well that you're diving into when you dig deep into your heart. This is the love that you find. Now, she's also able to connect because of that emotion. She's able to connect so deeply, like the High Priestess does, to the spiritual realm too. She's got great amounts of intuition and instinct, and so you're being told to trust that as you go through this. Because this also, the 3 of Pentacles, again, more pentacles, the 3 is about new birth, new creativity outflowing into the physical world. And it is about being your authentic self. A lot of, with this 3, when it comes through, it is this feeling of, you have usually there's a picture of someone creating something. There's 2 other individuals in the picture too. One of them sometimes stands behind the person that's creating, and one person's standing over in front of them. The other person, the one behind him, is like the backstabber, the dream, popper that likes to pop people's dreams out of fear or jealousy or whatever reason. And so they're the ones that are like, you can't do that very well. You're not going to succeed. You should do it this way. You should do something else, blah, 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 blah. And those, we usually put them outside of our circle because we don't want to, feel all that negative energy all the time. It really puts a damper on our creativity if we allow it to get to us. The other person, the supporter that's in front of us, they're the ones that are like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well. I can't wait to see what you do with that. But they're the ones that can influence us the most and kind of take us off our authentic path, because they might say, in addition to all of that, just out of, innocently, hey, have you ever thought of doing it this way? And because we don't want to lose their support, have them end up in that naysayer camp, we will adjust our authenticity. We'll, instead of doing the way we want to do it, then we will do it a different way. So with this change, with this movement that, you're realizing with all this, it's basically telling you to try not to define yourself by that outside world. Allow yourself to express this authenticity within yourself with the outside world, and be you. That's where all this fulfillment comes from as well. And then we're going to look here and see what your shadow wants to add to you for this as well. Here I have the 7 of Swords. Now, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities, your expectations. And this is kind of known as like the thievery card or the deceiver. And because this is your thoughts and your beliefs, this is this awareness that is coming about what your thoughts and your beliefs are that are limiting you, that are making you feel like you're in this desert, like you feel like you're not getting the support or the direction that you feel you're supposed to have, expectations, supposed to have in this moment. So there is this awareness that's coming up, and that's happening for you on purpose. If you think of like a 6 of Swords, it's like 3 cards on either side. That's a very free-flowing, kind of energy, free-flowing thoughts. But when you put the 7 and you put 1 right in the middle of it, that blocks the path, it blocks the flow. And so it happens on purpose, though, so that you are able to look at and see what is blocking you. Because if it was just always free-flowing, you would never know that this thing is holding back some of the flow. It's like a trinkle, but once you are able to move and clear that belief and thought that's the block, then it even flows even more. It's like opening the floodgates. So you also have the 2 of Spheres, which would be the 2 of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. And again, this is Pentacles is your outside world and how you are relating to it, like your worth. And I really like that the 2 of Pentacles brings in this balancing, that there's 2 places that you define your worth by. One is from the outside world, which is rooted in opinion and the fears of, all those conditional love laws, the lower love energy. And then you have the other hand, the other balancing is up above from above, which is the unconditional love of the spirit realm. And so this card is bringing in this awareness that there's 2 places that you can look at your worth from. And that is, I really feel like these are the thoughts and beliefs that are impacting and having you out of balance in how you're thinking about yourself. But what's great about the 2s as well is that it doesn't expect you to go, you need to do it this way. It needs to be out of balance this way, where you're only looking to the unconditional love to define you. That's it. It's like, no, it wants this balance. It brings in this awareness that there's always another choice and that there's not a wrong choice. It's just about balancing and experiencing both the ebb and flow of life. Because we didn't come here to be born thinking and remembering that we are these powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings. Otherwise, why come down here? It's kind of boring. But we come down here to experience our opposites, to experience the duality, that there's 2 sides to things. And as you go through that, it just brings you clarity around your life path here, but also by experiencing your opposite, you understand more fully who you really are. Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah, so here's the High Priestess. So as I was talking about with the Queen of Cups, here's the High Priestess. They're both showing themselves here. And this is about connecting to the higher realm. So definitely this message on this side with being aware that there's another place you get to choose your worth from, connecting to the higher realm, being your authentic self. This is about like this mirror that's happening in the desert. It's allowing you to see the mirage that's going on in the outside world and is allowing you to connect to this deeper flow of love that you could always go to. And then you don't fear what environment you're going through in your life because you found a source of the water, the living waters that you can drink of that are always going to fulfill you. So beautiful. Then your final card here is the Six of Swords. So exactly as I was saying, now you have this free flowing. So this is letting you know that you get to have this change of thoughts, this movement of thoughts from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So this is basically, they wanted this one to be last to show you that you do accomplish that. You do have the capacity to move beyond those ways of thinking. And you've been chunking away at things for many years, right? But this is like a significant place because I really feel like they're showing me like digging a well. Like you've been digging a well and digging a well and digging a well and no water yet. And they're like, keep going and we know what's down there. And you keep going and suddenly and the water gushes up. And it's like, that's what you're entering into, is this gushing up. And I love how this shows the well that is bringing up yourself. Your true self is what's coming up from the well. So beautiful. I love this for you, Virgos. I don't have anything else to add to that. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, as I mentioned in the beginning, I do also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign. May's have been out for a while. June's are coming out this week. And also I put out a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up, click the like button. Also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to this notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. And also doing those things helps spread the love and helps the videos get to even more people that could use this message. It also helps my channel grow in very significant ways, because when you like a video or share a video, comment on a video, or especially subscribe to a channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy, giddy, it wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am definitely grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, beautiful, beautiful Virgos, as you go through this amazing adventure this week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.